Hi, I once had an acquaintance that brought an idea to me. Let's do this project. To her, she had the links, I had the brains or the experience, and we forged a partnership to do that first assignment and then do subsequent ones. We pitched, we went for meetings, we won the job, and we went to town to execute. She brought some information, I brought manpower to do the market survey, go out into the street, actually get actual primary data, and so on. I wrote the entire document and all of that, and we submitted, we reviewed, we resubmitted, and everything. We got paid. We split it 50-50, but I took out the cost of the manpower, just their transport and things of that nature. Then, next job. And I waited and waited and waited. Where's the next job? Because there were several jobs lined up and it just never came. Then I noticed a curious thing. She was avoiding my calls. So one day I was naughty. I blocked my number and called, and first ring she picked it up. So then it occurred to me that something had happened, and I took my own independent journey to the client, and I realized she had taken the job from my back and was executing it. It was so painful. I was crying at the client office. And I called a very close friend of mine then, and he said something. He said, "You got to be grateful, Abi, that this happened at the early stage of your partnership. Imagine if it happened when you had larger sums of money." It wasn't a small amount then, because I'm talking about 15 plus years, and 500,000 naira was, quite a substantial amount, and you're just starting off stuff. And he said, "Be grateful that this did not happen when it was a larger amount, like 5 million or so. Take it in your stride and walk away." And I did exactly that. Took it in my stride and walked away. I never met her again. So I don't know if karma did anything. But forget karma. I learned the lesson. I learned to know that I am resilient, that I can bounce back. I can believe in myself to do good work. I must have done fantastic work that she got more jobs. But the fact that I could bounce back from that disappointment, I was proud of myself. Sometimes it's not about karma, it's not about revenge, just about the fact that you mean I had enough grace to go through this toughness and emerge on the other side. Sometimes we need to give ourselves a pat on the back. We go through a lot, African entrepreneurs. Sometimes we don't acknowledge it, and it goes missing in our arsenal and the armor we put on. I think you should give yourself some credit. When disappointments happen, when failure happens, when issues just don't go the way you thought they would go, give yourself some credit that you emerged through that. Whether victorious or not, you still emerged, you survived, you stepped forward, and you're still going on. Give yourself a pat on the back. African entrepreneur.